History Month, everyone. Can we get a round of applause? Looks like we got a good crowd in here tonight. I want to say thank you on behalf of the BLC for coming out to support your fellow peers, teammates, friends, sisters, daughters, cousins, wherever it may be. Thank you, Sandra Vega, our student painter. As we continue with our acts tonight, Sandra will be creating a beautiful piece of art that is going to be inspired by the talent on stage here tonight. Sandra is from New Jersey. Anybody from Jersey in the house? Anybody near Jersey? East Coast? Okay. Down south? West Coast? From America? Can I get a hand clap, somebody?
Here, why do we have to have Black History Month? Right? So Black History Month is literally a month where one celebrates the history of people who have been, from the beginning, constructed in the development of this country. But their history has been neglected in the history books, has been neglected in schools, colleges, and so on. So it wasn't actually until quite late. It was 1926 when Black History Month was instituted. But it was in the 70s when they started actually doing a lot more about it. It is a time when people start feeling Black is beautiful and they take pride in their existence. Fact is that the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People, have you all heard of NAACP? Yes? Okay. It was founded in 1909, and it's actually now considered the nation's oldest and largest and most widely recognized grassroots-based organization. There are about 45 million African American people living in the US, according to the census. Okay? That makes it about 15% of the population. 2013, New York had the largest population with 3.7 million people in New York, African American. There are about 2 million Black veterans in this country right now. So what we see here is that African Americans participated in so many of the organizations that we have around us. They're not only the athletes, but they have discovered major instruments and things that we use around us. Things like the elevator or sprinkler systems and so on. So I don't want to go any longer, but I want to say that we need to be proud to have Black History Month, but we also need to fight to make Black History Month every month of the year. Yeah. Every single month. Because Black history is American history in this country. Let us not forget. There are roots that people have to remember. So for those of the young people or people who have not looked back into the history and look at the African roots, they need to look back, because people without history have no future. Okay?
Definitely. Our histories should all be heard. Our culture should be heard. Never feel afraid to speak about your culture, your roots, or where you come from. Even if somebody doesn't agree or wants to counteract that or whatever, take no offense to that. Have the conversation. Get out there and let some people know it's Black History Month. And every month should be our History Month. With that being said, everybody give DeQuan Howard a round of applause.
She stood over me, looking down like a queen with a crown. Life opening, making me wild. I sit here and take it over and over. Does it make me less of a man? Some closed fists, some open hands, slapping me just because she knew she can. Love is what saved her fight after fight. Like the paramedics racing against time. Like the lifeguard who lifted you out. Or like the Almighty Father himself saving you from the devil's strike. Don't hit a woman, I was taught to do right. but my tolerance levels decreased. Looking in the mirror as my face was bleeding. Blood ran down my cheek like a thief from the police, jumping gates through the streets. Adrenaline rush makes him think. This life isn't for me. Being a follower ends horribly. I pray he stopped. Jesus, please help. Physical tears from torture isn't good for my health. The ring and kids kept me there. A bad father is a title I didn't need. So hit after hit is what I received. What did I do, baby? Why did I deserve this? The whips on my skin make me think living wasn't worth it. The pain of a slave is what gave me rage like a lion in a cage with nowhere to go but in need of a getaway. Some call Africa. I call it the motherland. Women should never think less of a man. We don't need to be the same tone to be considered a brother, man. All I need is comfort, man. Laughs and fun always turned into cursing. Suicidal thoughts seemed so perfect. The pain ran through my veins like an addict on cocaine who couldn't sustain another second away that kept that transportation in mind of days. Enough was enough. This is Black History Month, so I stood up like the king. Not LeBron, but the one who had a dream. He used his voice to speak for you and me. Equality was all we seeked. No more shall I let you sit here and critique me. It played over and over. I think it's time to change the CD. Everything was your way. All you did was critique me. Taking my kindness for weakness. Never again will you receive me. My dream, like Dr. King, was to live in peace. This brick wall we shared has finally broke down to peace. Like my pointer and middle finger, bye-bye, baby, peace. I guess you belittle me, so go find a bigger peace. I wish you the best and hope your heart doesn't get drained. Humans live to learn life lessons, so I should never forget the pain. The pain never forgotten.
Pain. Man, all I feel is pain. The blood that's on the streets, the blood that's running through my veins. Cops is killing my folk, putting bullets through their brains. God, show me the way, cause all I feel is pain. I used to push kilos of drugs, my mama pushed Jesus in love. Life keeps beating on us, the government's feeding my cuz. Damaged by the system, man, my uncle almost lost his life. The police found nothing even after searching my man's twice. Man, I bet these politicians never been in our position. Cops is using their guns, man, they're aiming at our children. Killing, and killing. Leave us without a feeling. Label us thinking that we some gangsters or drug dealing. So let's celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. Sleeping on the youth, that's why we all have a dream. Help each other, help your brother get back to his feet, cause I wouldn't be here if Mr. Brownlee said get your ass up off the streets. Man, that's real. Let me tell you how it feels. Say we can't be successful if we ain't got a record deal. So we turn to violence, breaking all of the silence, fighting, starting to riot, screaming fuck all the tyrants. In a world full of lies, I'm here to speak about some truth. Leading the generation, man, I'm speaking for the youth, the same ones with the saggy pants and the gold tooth. Anyone can change the world, maybe one day it'll be you. So now I'm screaming, no more pain. Mama, there's no more pain. No more blood on the streets, only blood running through my veins. None of my people dying, only knowledge in our brain. God showed me the way. God took away the pain. Thank you, God bless.
She's on your basketball team here at UTPB, bringing to you some real spoken word. Everybody, get your hands together for Khadijah.
I'm recovering undercover over lover.
You know what I realized? We are all living the same life. Life through the same eyes, it all crashing down as we sit and watch the presentation through a slide. Our cities are flourishing, but now they're dwindling down. We need to be mainstreaming, yet we are stuck underground. They're putting us down, locking us up, and taking away our crowns, telling us to sit down and don't be so loud. Bitch, run us our credit. Did we not contribute to this American Revolution, America? Do we not reap and sow the fields of continuous struggle and pain? Do we not serve enough time already, America? Have you not created the foundation for your economic successes, America? The clothes you wear, the music you listen to, We created a culture that you have decided to discredit us for. We, as in the roots, my African, Caribbean, Latina, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, Aborigines, brothers and sisters, we share this oppression together, so united we need to stand. If we start loving each other, they can never break our hands. Love. A love that nurtures, a space that educates our people, a bond of shades working together to create stability in a place that we can feel welcomed. That will be the fall of America, as Revelation speaks. A love that cannot be torn apart by any clan or army. A love that we have been longing to start, bound together by our roots, by the seed of Mother Nature. As our hearts grow fonder, and as we start accepting each other, our eyes will open.
Where do I start? When I want to make my dreams come true. Where do I start when it's time for me to man up and follow through? I know I can't start with any lucky rabbit's foot or horseshoe. I know it's inside of my heart and my mind that I cannot lose. Every day I chase the dreams I see when I'm not asleep. My faith in God, my love for Him, my full-hearted belief, 3 things I'll always keep inside of me. And I'll always be thankful for that. He helps me see the things, the special gift that I have in this victory that I claimed in this journey that I'm going on. The day I asked Him to forgive me my past ways and lift me up with Him, my world started turning in the right way, and now all I see is Him. I won't look back, I won't look back, because there's nothing for me there. I won't look back, I won't look back. You gotta keep my head in the air. And by trusting God, I know I have no reason to be scared. And I know by trusting God that He's gonna lead me exactly where I need to be. Because I know that He sees this dream I'm chasing. It's also amazing to me. Where do I start with this dream that I will achieve? Where do I start when I want it all, when I want all for the people to see? Everything that life can give you, believe full-heartedly. Where do I start if I want to, where do I start? The questions I ask my hungry heart. If my heart can speak, I promise that it would say, today is the day you see things my way. Today is the day you will see the journey to victory started the moment you placed all your dreams inside of me.
When I discuss the oppression of Africans in America with people, and they say, isn't it time to move on? I'm not exactly sure what they mean. Move on from what? Move on from the individuals who watch their homeland be stripped of its resources and then themselves be sold into slavery? Move on from James Marion Sims operating on slave women in his backyard and driving a shoemaker's awl into the skull of a child because they had a deficiency in their brain? Move on from Carl von Linnaeus characterizing the African as phlegmatic, lazy, and ruled by caprice? Move on from Thomas Jefferson saying Africans stunk and required less sleep, even though he had sex with multiple slave women. I guess they didn't stink too much. Move on from the lynchings of Africans in the 20th century for reckless eyeballing. Move on from the Black Wall Street bombings. Move on from the Tuskegee experiments. Move on from the African American soldiers who fought in the Vietnam War and returned home to discrimination. Move on from the assassination of Emmett Till, the 4 schoolgirls in Birmingham, Malcolm X, MLK, Fred Hampton, Medgar Evers. Move on from the systematic dismantlement of the Black Panther Party. Move on from the planting of drugs in urban communities by government affiliates. Move on from the mass incarceration of African and Hispanic males. Move on from various police killings, Oscar Grant, Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Tamar Rice, Freddie Gray. What exactly are you asking me to move on from? I don't think the question is properly stated, isn't it time to move on? I think the question should be, why does the purging of my fellow human beings not bother me? Sometimes people say it sounds like I'm whispering when I talk. I told myself I didn't want to fit the stereotype of the loud, angry black guy. Sometimes people ask me why I constantly read books. Because the Negro in America is viewed as foolish and petrified of education or enlightenment. Sometimes people ask why I don't wear a jacket when it's cold outside. Because the last time a kid decided to wear a hoodie at nighttime, it didn't go so well for him. I've been declared guilty for being born with the wrong pigmentation. Oh America, why do you loathe me? America is the drunken husband that beats his wife and then says, baby, if you would have just listened to me, this wouldn't have happened. I didn't realize America is afraid of the fearless Afro-American until I read about the assassination of Malcolm X. I didn't realize I was black until I watched Michael Brown's body lay on the gravel. I didn't realize how deep the indoctrination is until a friend asked me why are black people so upset. I didn't understand the struggle of the black woman until Umar Johnson pointed out the black woman is the only woman in America that isn't allowed to be feminine. I didn't realize how broken I was until I told a friend I would look better if my skin were just a little brighter. The world broke me and then said it's wrong for men to cry. This is my last one. Thank you for putting up with me this long.
Bring it.
To the guy on Facebook that said, why should America worry about blacks when they're constantly killing each other? Extra, extra, read all about it. Black on black crime isn't a thing, nor is reverse racism. I am fascinated when people are upset about black people rioting or hurting each other. Who do you think they learned that behavior from? America. America rewards her killers with plaques and medallions, and occasionally names schools after them and monuments. How do you oppress a people for 400 years, physically and psychologically, castrate the males, rape the women in front of their husbands and beat the child, turn Jesus white, assassinate anyone from their community that tries to make a change, and program them to hate each other, and you don't allow their wounds to heal, but you're surprised when they hurt each other? The black man is pegged as ignorant, full of rage, and useless. The black woman is taught she must be independent and strong and that she don't need no man. Does that not sound like the recipe for disaster? A few weeks ago, I listened to the national anthem at a basketball game, and I noticed there's a part in the song that says the land of the free. Do y'all know who they're talking about? Because as far as I know, it was still slaves during that time. Pain is reading about the treatment of Africans in America and being filled with an anger you are unsure will ever go away. This hurts. Talking about oppression hurts. And I don't like the way people look at me when I bring it up as if the struggle of others are an inconvenience to them. But Devontae, you've never been depressed. I've heard, oppressed so many times I've heard that. Don't say that to me when the majority of people in America have never been terrorized, yet they're worried about ISIS. I'm worried about the person who can get murdered in cold blood and the perpetrator gets off because he felt his life was in jeopardy. I started to quote Malcolm X and the Black Panthers, and people started asking me why I was so upset. Oh, how I love irony.
Put your hands together for DJ Nelly Nell. Oh, she got a little spoken word for y'all.
Yo, how you guys doing?
Good.
Have you ever had to redefine yourself? Like your friends, your family sometimes. So my poem's about redefining yourself, like your inspirations, just your life. Life happens. Redefining my dreams, redefining myself, redefining my life, redefining my inspirations. I'm learning how to respect and understand my struggle. Learning how to be educated and more knowledgeable in a system that doesn't want me to be educated. Learning how to be healthy in a society that doesn't want me to be healthy. Learning how to be a proud black woman in a society that smothers us daily. Learning how to love in a society that tells me that my love's not good enough. I'm learning how to be better in a world that continues to get worse.
I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you talk. One day you'll realize that you are your own worst enemy. You get down on yourself, creating your own glass ceilings. I don't like the way you talk. Don't bring that on me, speaking on me. Ain't no one tell you there's power in the tongue? It speaks thousands of tongues, folds 10,000s of ways, and still you say the things that you say. I said, I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you talk. If E equals MC squared, your energy equals matter, what's the matter with the energy that you bring? Speak it into existence and have faith in good works. Because the word you speak on creates the energy that we feed on. And man, I don't like the way you talk. I'll pass that down. Don't come around here with that. I can teach you one word when you're ready to receive that. Spoon feed you. I know you need that. But baby, I don't like the way you talk.
this life is over, remember when we were together. We were alone, and I was singing the song to you. We were alone, and I was singing the song to you. We were alone, and I was singing the song. Singing the song to you.
Yes, baby.
Do you see this piece of art? Do you see this piece of art? Do you see these pieces of lighters? Oh, I'm not gonna put my hands on it, but go ahead and describe it, sis.
Well, as you all know, this culture that we have in this country is very important because you can't have diversity without the diversity. You understand that. But in this piece, I kind of grasped a little bit of each poem and each song that was sung today, and like this. I'm not sure how exactly to explain it. You just kind of do what you gotta do, draw, and this is what came out. And I hope everyone likes it.
That I like it, baby. Ooh, girl, you know what's up, and you know what I need. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. You know that I'm about it, baby. Ooh, girl, you know what's up. You know what's up. Big you, baby. You know what's up. I know what's up.